Okay, it's 12 o'clock. We should start now, but I'm going to wait a couple of minutes in order to see if anybody wants to participate live. So we'll start at about 12:02 to be precise about it. While you're waiting, the links are on the YouTube page. If you can't access that, I will try and put the links in the chat. Second. Those seem to be good links. We do it differently. Okay, two links to the, well, I'm not sure the second one will actually work, but the first one will work. HebrewBooks.org. That is a link to the actual Sefer HaBris on Hebrew books. There's also a wiki text, but for some reason I don't think that when I tried that putting on that link, it does not seem to have fully copied. Let's see if I can do it some other way. Yes, that should work. Now the second one should work. The Hebrew Wiki source one, that is a more elaborate and more accurate source. Okay, we will start now. This little bit of an introduction, very little introduction. This past Shabbos, I was in the back room in Or Sameach, and I came across a book called Sar Balichaim Ba'alocha V'Agoda. And it is actually a book which you can get on HebrewBooks.org. Download all 600 some odd pages. You could also buy it, but it's hard to find. And it was written by La'Avreich in Ofakim about 15 years ago. And it was a very nice sefer. In the course of that sefer, he discusses the question of whether Tsar Baalei Chaim, not causing grief and anguish to animals, also is a principle which applies to human beings. And this question is one which was interesting one to contemplate. Maybe it's a kal v'chomer, or maybe maybe animals not. And kal v'chomer, in other words, if you're not allowed to do bad things to animals, so certainly not human beings who are of a higher order. On the other hand, maybe animals are better because they're oser ritzon koinam, whereas a human being is not necessarily oser ritzon konam. So in the course of that conversation, he quotes the Sefer HaBris, which may well have been famous to other people before, but to me was not famous and not known before. And it's so extraordinary, I figured it's worth sharing in a public way. And this is about the best I can do. So here we are. So the Sefer HaBris was a contemporary, I'm not sure if it was a tome, it was a contemporary of the Gra, who lived in Vilna and put out his Sefer in the first edition in 1797, which I believe is the same year that the Gra and George Washington passed away. And he actually has the first part was the first part, which is more about the science of the day, and the second part, which is we put out later on, which is more about the hashkafas of the Torah. And the article which I linked to on the YouTube site from 5 Towns Jewish Times from Professor Henry Abramson discusses a little bit about the Sefer HaBris and its popularity in much of the 19th and early 20th century. And it really was very, very widespread. I remember when I was a yeshiva, it was quoted from time to time as well. And although the popularity has waned over time, perhaps somewhat, but it's still regarded as a mainstream and a accepted sefer in terms of its content. So Mamar Yud Gimel in Chelik Beis is Mamar Abbas Rein. And Mamar Abbas Rein begins with the following parak Aleph. Mahus Abbas Rein, the essence of the love of friends, a person should love all of humanity. Whatever nation a person comes from, whatever language a person speaks, you should love him. He is a person created in the image and form of God, just like yourself. He's involved in settling and civilizing the world. O bonet, he's either building, o charesh, or plowing, o zorea, or planting, o socher, or he's a merchant, o mocher, or he's a seller, o eza ba malocha, or he's a craftsman, o choshe b'chamos sachpulos, he thinks about in wisdom and in strategies, l'tzorchei olam, for the purpose of the world. V'choshe machshavas, and he thinks thoughts bilti yidach davar, l'tzorchei abrios. And he thinks thoughts on the totality. Of course, everybody built together. Nothing will be lost from that which is necessary for creatures, because everybody builds society together. And mankind, humanity, prepares the world in chachma, in wisdom, the isen, and measures the chiker, and analyzes the tikkun, and brings them to being kalim, instruments, malachos niflam, and wondrous works. For only bow with the thoughts of his heart, shu amel, with the in which a person toils. By these things, the world stands properly, and exists in its perfection. Everything which Kosh Baruch Hu created in order to be done, in order to be developed over time. And that which he did, is good for all people. So now he gives two exceptions. Who's not included in lira'ach kemוך? Shnayim, two groups. The first is Ben Adam HaMidbari, person who lives in the deserts, Hanikra, in Yiddish, Wilderman, translates as wild man. She'ein lehem batim, they have no houses. V'lo makom yuchad, and they don't live in a specific place. V'lo charisha, they do not plow. V'lo zaria, they do not plant. Rak ochlim peros, they just eat fruit. V'olchim aromim, and go about naked. V'chanashim hefker, and all the women are up for grabs. V'chayim kamo behemos haaretz, and they live like the animals of the land. Katzon asher ein lohem mereah, like sheep who do not have a reah, that's a play on words. Sheep who don't have a shepherd, and they also don't have friends. Lo zeh im zeh, not with each other, v'lo imon, not with us. Vasheni, the second one. Ben adam b'dini, it's a civilized person. Achosek b'ashchasas ha'olam, he's involved in the destruction of the world. Kamar rotzchim, like murderers. V'aganovim, and thieves. V'ashodim, and burglars. V'chadoimeh. However, even though both these groups, the wild and the destructive groups, are both ones in which there is a chiv of ואהבת לרעך כמוך, there's a difference. And that's to the one which is the desert wild person. You can't do it, shouldn't do anything negative just for stam, just because you feel like it or for no good reason. And no worse than animals. So you see, tzar ba'alei chayim, according to Sefer HaBris, applies to human beings. But to the murderers, and those who corrupt society, so he does bad things to them, is doing good. Because he's destroying thorns in the vineyard of the world. And when the thorns are taken out of the vineyard, or from the field, the good fruit can expand. Because those who are the people who live in the deserts, they're not part of civilization. And from those who settle the earth. And they, I'm sorry, I skipped. Yeah, sorry, I skipped the line. And the other ones destroy the world by the handiwork. But he says, besides this, all the children of Seth, and Adam Rishon's Chava's son, from which all the world is descended, b'mashma are included. And it's not in this way, no nation is special over another nation, and a person over another person. Person is not just created for himself. The existence of every person is also for another person. This is not quite like Reb Shimon Shkop in the introduction to Shar Yosher, where he says that our existence is for others. Here, the existence is for yourself and for others. But he says it's for yourself and others. You have your own independent existence, and then you exist in order to be with others. Like the sage said, generally when the sage is not identified as far, it means either something which is anonymous or the sage was not a Jewish one. All the land and that which it contains was created for humanity. And humanity itself, each person created for his friend. For each person to exchange his advantages with others. This is not just something good for Jews. It's suitable, it's worthy of any ger and any dweller in the land. And every person should attempt to do good one to the other, in a way in which these benefits are traded and shared with each other. But and they are exchanged. Whether it has to do with the effort of the body, whether it has to do with what you are holding onto, what you acquire in your hand. In order to make a living. Sibas klosam, which is the sometimes the reason why everybody comes together. And advantages come out of this connection to each other. And so inyan reya, this is the concept of reya, the avas b'nei adam, and the love of human beings, asher chubara kol hachayim, and this in which all those who live together, hamedabrim, I'm sorry, hamedabrim, all the speaking of life forms, in other words, human beings, and he mentioned friend, I guess means the friendship of man. So then in Parak Beis here, that's the end of Parak. In Parak Beis, he goes into whether this is a logic or a or this is something, and whether this is something optional. I'm going to skip that parak for now. Parak Gimel has to do with how everybody compliments everybody else, and we're going to skip that for now too. It's a long parak. And then in Parak Dal, he skips out speaks about whether this is a natural obligation or not a natural obligation. We're going to skip that as well. And we're going to go on to Parak Hay. And Parak Hay talks about Omnam im ladas. Omdas last. We have to know im onu chayim aleh min haTorah. This Abbas reign, which applies to all humanity, is a Torah level requirement. It's the same which the Torah itself says. Nomar, we shall say to you, God commanded us upon this explicitly. The Torah requires this, and it's well specified. It says, love your friend as yourself. It's not specifically a Jew to which the bus refers. Again, I've been alive for how many years now? 57 plus, and I never actually knew the existence, at least I don't recall the existence of this shita that V'ahavta L'ra'ach Kamocha applies also to non-Jews. And he explains at length. He says, it's not, the pasuk is not specifically referring to Jews. Why? If that was the case, they love your brother like it's like yourself. Like it says by interest, do not contract an interest-bearing loan with your brother. It would say, love the people of your nation like yourself. Like it says, do not take revenge or bear a grudge. The people of your nation. So, rather the intent here is to your friend, Adam Kamocha, who's a human being like yourself. And he's involved in settling the world, Kamocha, like you. Includes all the nations. And anybody who can be your friend, Ro'eh Gror im Ro'eh Yitzchak. Again, play on words here, but those people who are friends of non-Jewish origin together those who are friends of Jewish origin. Shechazal lo miyatum re'achah b'pasuk zeh avas remina reus. Because in this pasuk after Chumach we don't find Chazal dashing re'achah below goyim or re'achah below akum. It doesn't say that here. Kasher dorshu miyatu hamitzri. Even though we do find that they excluded non-Jews, which we hear censorship, a pasuk kikov ishor isha shorei, where it says that if our ox gores an ox belonging to the non-Jew, the famous Ibn Ezra is a complete tangent, but there's an Ibn Ezra there who says, brings down from one of the Karoim, I forget his name, and Buta or something like that, and who says that shorei means he gored his friend the ox. In other words, Reuven ox gored his friend Shimon ox. And Ibn Ezra says that Ein Re'el Lashor Kim Ben Buta Levado. The only friend an ox has is Ben Buta. But in any event, it's not so clear that Ibn Ezra is right about that. But there, Shorei is learned by Chazal to exclude Shvarim, oxen of non-Jews, and tells that if our ox gored the oxen of non-Jew, a pidin, we're not required to pay for their damage. So he says, their Darshan say, But not by us. And now he says a very fundamental and interesting principle. Take this principle in your hand. Chazal didn't dash anything, not for the Yagim that Chazal can use. Those are tools which were given, hermeneutic principles, as they call it. But a drasha like this, where Eyu v'lo akum, they only were given Rishus to dash it, where they had Rishus to dash it, where there was a Messiah. Like he says, they were not given it wasn't something which they were allowed to darshan at will, just like they felt like. Only the place where he had a Masorah. Pasuk said, the Pasuk comes to a preclude or rabos, or to include. The Sham darshu kafi kabbalah sam. And there they darshan by shore, Rei Ehu, according to their Masorah, or any place else, Imatim Rav. Whether I should mat again, playing words, to preclude or to include, exclude, include. Not in any other place. Even that word is written in and that language appears. Anytime Torah, we can't extrapolate from one drasha of Chazal to other places unless they made the drasha themselves. Very big chiddush. We find in Tanakh that a guy is also called a friend. David. Hushai was a friend of David. He was not Jewish. Like Ita Agiti, who was with David when he fled with Absalom, was also not Jewish. And he says, now comes what perhaps is the punchline. It's not on my own initiative, from my own heart, that I say, be nice to non-Jews. It's explicit in the words of Reb Chaim Vital b'Sefer Shar Kedusha Chelak Aleph Shar Hey, where it says as follows: This is his own language there. V'yohabes kol habrios. A person should love all creatures. Afilu nochri, even non-Jews, which is normally associated Kabbalah with kind of like a dim attitude towards non-Jews, but you would see the opposite. He said we have that one of the greatest Mekubalim of all time endorsing this true friendship with all of creation. You find this explicit also in Tana Elio. Shamar Elio issue the Echad. Elio said to a Jew who did the following: Shemachal enough, we sold merchandise to a guy, Arba Kur, tomorrow 4 measures of dates, for whatever price, but he measured out for him the dates in a dark house. And he only measured out half, only 2 quarts more, and it gave it to him. From Elio, it says, and Elio said to him, Bini, lo sashokas re'echa. Do not cheat your friend. So here, Elio Hanavi himself is using re'echa to refer to a non-Jew. And says, lo sashokas re'echa. And he says, re'echa, Elio continues, re'echa re'u kachicha, v'achicha re'u kire'echa. Your brother, your friend, non-Jew, is like your brother, the Jew, and your brother, the Jew, is like your friend, the non-Jew. Vagamba is cooking the Nura. I don't know what that is. I assume it's some commentator doesn't know. Yo, custom Zaloshan, Re'echa mashma fiu akum ametivlo. Re'echa means even a Jew who does nice things with you. Ad Kalashona. David Shamar. So what about with David? It says Misanecha Hashem. It's not. The people who you detest, Hashem, I detest. The ultimate hatred, I hated them. Alzos Amru Chazal. Chazal tells you Zenemar Alaminim Vapikorsim. This is stated not about generic non-Jews, but specifically on types of heretics. Shemakirim v'koifrim, who recognize God and then proceed to deny Him. V'lo, it's not going on Lola Umos. V'gamine makomi ti l'fresh go pasuk ואהבת לרעך כמוך. Also, I have he says that he is going to explain in Perek Yud Aleph. This pasuk after Melcha Fi Pshuto Sham Mikra, according to the simple meaning of the pasuk. V'yonecha v'libcha sham v'tavim po, and if you look there, you'll understand over here as well. And I don't see it off here though. It'll say Dormabo Ozwa Bas Reim. Break it off. I'm not sure what he's referring to here. What we're supposed to compare Gid Aleph. In any event, V'lo Yikshebenecha. It says, do not find difficult. Vayar lebelibcha davar, and your heart should not question matters. Kidam divrei Rashi al pasuk vaydaber Elokim es kol advarim ele yodua v'lo sisna. There it says that you're supposed to not hate your brothers, but the Shiva Amamim, which are in Eretz Yisrael, you are supposed to hate and destroy. How does that work in with Avos Reim? Because they were like the Bildermen and worse. They were cruel to each other. And they did not have the love of human society. The low well, it's not enough that they weren't involved in civilizing the world. Ella you oskim biratzoach, involved in murder, v'naganov and theft, v'naof and licentiousness. Amona v'ger yarogu v'yasami miratzechu, and they killed widows and converts and orphans. Is like we mentioned above, said previously in the first parak about the second group, the mashchisim, those who destroy the world. Those people involved in destroying the world, they're not included in Abbas Reim. And all their pagan worship was also to destroy, destructive to the world. They with Avodah, for example, in Molech, they burnt their children, although it's not clear 100%, but the simple meaning is that they burnt their children for their God, which is the ultimate cruelty. And it says also concerning this activity, Gam Rabos Avosam, they burnt their parents to death as well. Uviyom Edom. And what he's about to say about what they do during their holidays, I have not heard this about non-Jews in general back in the old days, such as the Shiva Umos, but it says that this is what the followers of Shabtai Tzvi used to do after his demise. Many people come into a great house, the will be dark, and men would have relations with women, just randomly. And they will defile with their deeds. These new Baalim, and they will be licentious in their activities. And the land would be awash with blood. And the world will be full of oppression and licentiousness and degraded activity. This would destroy the collective. Would undermine the covenant of society, and destroy the pathways of the world. Therefore, since the people cannot like this, so bad Hashem, remove them. But to command it to remove their memory from the land. He said, destroy them. Don't leave any neshama alive. In order that we should not get mixed up with those nations, the lo yimadu ma'aseh and not learn from their deeds. Like it says, eradicate and destroy. Like God commanded you. That they shouldn't teach you to do like all their obscene acts. And this is God will remove the shiva almost like an expert doctor, who says to cut off a limb. Dump to the limbs of a person. Why? He sees it as acute disease, the holy ra and bad illness, which cannot be healed, which can expand to the other limbs, and cause the death of the person. He does this for the benefit of the people that he's treating. This amputation is for the benefit. To save the rest of the limbs, and the rest of the body of the person, in order you should survive. And of course, Baruch did not command this on other nations at that time. Like it says, if you lay siege to a city and it responds with peace, it opens to you. All the people inside should be for you for a source of revenue, and they'll serve you. Because the Torah, when it says do not draw them, covenant is only when the nations stand there. So Shalom was not the other nations. Shlomo made a covenant with Hiram, the king of Tyre. Like it says, they made a bris. Mikosh came, and it's certainly she'ena kavana almin shedoros hamo. This is a fundamental principle, which I've said many times on my own. I don't know. I never saw it inside before, but this is a source inside for my assumption that everything which it says about the non-Jews in a negative way in the Shas poskim, it refers to specifically pagans, the people back then, not to our monotheists and even quasi-monotheist religions. Why is that? He says, none of the Torah's sanctions were upon our generations, where they know the God of heaven, and they'll worship stars and constellations. And again, even the Christians, even though they have the Trinity, they're not prohibited in the Trinity. The Goyim Chazal say Goyim Chutzlaretz, well, they're not for real. They don't really worship paganism, even back then. And therefore, in our day and age, it's permitted to do business dealings with them beyond Chagom on their holidays. As mentioned, mitzvahs, and of course, those who keep Shema mitzvahs, they're portion will come. Because the Rambam's Malachim Pereches, Rambam Perek B'Dafei, and the Rambam's letters on Dafei Kosev, it says, "Have Yodea, you should know, Rachmano li baboy." Hashem wants the heart. And a person's kavanah determines his stature. And therefore Chazal said, this is all Lashon Rambam, that even a goy who learns Torah, perhaps so Shemitz is, but a goy who learns Torah, Harei hu kikohen gadol. Rambam seems to take that pretty literally. Obviously not completely literally, but very strenuous, very strongly. Vein possess suffix, and it adds on the Rambam. It's interesting. Raya, as my wife pointed out, Shabbos is not a great Raya, but he says vein suffix adam rishon v'noach. No doubt the Rishon and Noach shelo shamru a Torah cloud. They didn't keep the Torah at all. Lo b'nei nehenim. They're not candidates for Ganem. They malo yoin, and they are on the highest level. Now, the reason why it's not a great Raya is because, of course, that was before Matan Torah. Right? Who knows? Before Matan Torah, maybe it was different after Matan Torah. that you have to be good. You have to keep Torah, but the Rambam doesn't hold that way, obviously. But and then the Sefer HaBris goes on. The kulam and all today, all human beings by and large, they love man. Vishulim, they have straight hearts. Rachmanim, the non-Jews have Rachmanim, or have Rachmanas. The Gomei chassidim, and they do chesed. Leaves out the third one. Rachmanim, Gomei chassidim, not by Shonim. Vosim mishpat lashukim, and they do justice for those who are taken advantage of. They write shelter for all those who take shelter with them. And all of those who live in their land. I'm thinking it's also playing words. It means they're an ancient covering. Those can be and involved in settling the word. He says the answer is right there. He says explicitly afterwards, Asher lo yidaucha, who don't know you. And our families that they're not called into on your name. Yud. And he says, this is Kanche, Holdu Viapan. The Indians and the Japanese, they worship fire and water. I'm not sure it's true about Japan. But in any event, Hanikroim Haydn. Haydn, I assume, means Hindus. Japan, I think, is a different religion. Shinto, I don't think it's, maybe there's a shoot off of Hinduism, not sure. But HaKadosh Baruch Hu commanded his nation, those who he has, those the sons of the Abba that he tested, to eradicate the city, Kol Poalei Oven, all those who do iniquities, to destroy the collective. Just as if you would find within you a person who was a murderer, with Zodon, deliberate murder, Baravlon, ambush, just like that is the person who destroys the covenant of society. And it says that you could take him even from the Mizbeach in order to destroy that person who was the mashkis of society. Then he goes on to say, says some Apikosim, they're bad Apikosim back then, in the 1700s, and he says some Apikosim will say, and when it says, do not leave any of those people in Eretz Canaan alive, lo mipi Hashem yotza. It wasn't Hashem's command. Rather, it was Moshe Rabbeinu on his own. Yotza rak milei Moshe shoyo achzar. Moshe Chassid was the cruel man who came up with this. Because this is a very great cruelty. And such bad, terrible commands cannot come from Kosh Baruch Hu. Because God is good to all. And He has mercy on all His creatures. This is how I'm going to respond to him. First of all, if it's like that, they said, and He's good, Hashem's good to everybody, even to bad people, which undermine the society of human beings. They're not saying with their deeds, so I'm saying their disgusting activities. If that was the case, why did he kill young and old, children and women all together? Why? Bisholach Aleim Chel Nozlim, He sent upon them an army of waters. But Sibola Arogo Sambarim of Wilson, He commanded to kill them in the mountains and in the hills of Bukhomakamos and Shabarats, any place where they were on earth. Ularogi Mayam to kill them and Pilu Sharba Echaim. You kill even other creatures. As Kol Asher Nishmas Ruachaim Ba'apov. He did with the breath of life in its nose. By Machas Kokim destroyed all civilization. Asher Pnei Kol Pnei Adama, on the entire earth. For a man to animal to creepy crawly things to the birds of heaven. Like welcome to eradicate from the land. By Shirach Noach, Ish Tzaddik Banov, only Noach remained as a righteous person, the Kiyum Amin, to sustain humanity. Chizoslo Mishpat Oyom Yoser Golo is not much worse than Los Chaya Kol Neshama by the Canaanim. And also, Mador Shlachas Ma'alachav, why does Hashem send his angels, Giborei Korach, his mighty ones, by sending to destroy, command them, L'shaches Es Orea Kikar, to destroy the cities of the area of stone, as Kol Shvei Arim, and all the people who live in the cities, with Tzemach Adam and the vegetation, L'shah Achas. No, I skipped here. Yeah, I skipped. Sorry. Madua Shas Ma'achav Gibor Kov Yitzvim L'Shresis or Kikar Yachad Stone Ba'amor Ad Motzvim Yom Echad. Destroy all those cities. Hey, Muvnim No Same. They and their sons and daughters. Olav Yonek, young and sucking. Im Zaken Besebo with old and aged. That's Kol Shalom Ibalcham. Many animals which they own. Vayibashachesel Kimasarei Kikar. He destroyed the towns of that area. He didn't have mercy even on the inanimate, on the land and on the fruit. Given a priya kefen, on the vine and the wine. Well, and other vegetation. Focus on to turn them all over. That's kol kikor, that's kol shveirim. With everything, you turn it over with shorachas. The low Yishamayim, you only retain for them. Raklot Ubno Sav, only Lot and his daughters. It's Chusabram, and Abram's married. Chizos Eino Midas Adin Yosef, is that also not a greater Midas Adin than Los Chaya Kol Neshama? Vinay Anhogas Umasim shall Shiva Umos, the conduct and the deeds of Shiva Umos. They were very bad to HaKadosh Baruch Hu, them and to human beings. It's like they were kin to each other. So I'm sorry. I skipped here. He had many messengers to fulfill this destruction. Outdoor Amabul, Shalach Maimadim, he sent powerful waters, to eradicate them from the face of the earth. He sent his angels to destroy. And for the 7 nations, he sent his own nation. Remember, do not leave anybody alive, because all ways are just. So in essence, you see, when a society is bad, it has to be uprooted altogether. Once a Kushbaruch uprooted it. Another time he sent Malachim to it. The third time he sent us to participate. And then says the Ben Sefer, but the whole premise is wrong. The whole premise of the evil of Lo Tzedek Kol Neshama is absolutely incorrect. Not true. That's one of itself. We know they weren't commanded literally to destroy all the nations, all the individuals. Like Chazal say in Yerushalmi, Sholosh Parstinios, so Marbreros, 3 options. Yeshua said there, so before he came into the land. Anybody wants to leave Ifnah? Somebody wants to make peace. So Yashlim. Make peace. The Kabbalah of Shlolev, whatever it is, all he has to do is accept not to worship what is Zara. And not to conduct themselves with those bad deeds. So he wants to fight. You can come and fight. That's what it was. Hakirgoshi put on Africa. The Girgashi went to Africa. Nivonim Ishlimu. The Gibeonites made Shalom. The lower Goa, some saw and Jews didn't kill them. The 31 kings made Milchama. Uvad Hashelach. I'm not sure what it means by that. They'll follow because they were shalech. I guess because they were shalech yad, since they cast a hand against us. That's why they fell. Uvahem kimu b'nei Yisrael lo schekol l'shema. Truth is, b'nei Yisrael didn't fulfill lo schekol l'shema even by the Shiva Ami moved forth. As we see in the beginning of Sefer Shoftim, they left many of them alive. Sometimes they even in the minority amidst the Canaan. But theoretically, lo schekol l'shema applied to them. Hashem lo tzibah mitzvah zu. Hashem only has commanded this king mamishi yachem neged Yisrael against those who fight with the Jewish people. Main Hashimos from the 7 nations. Malchus of the Kike, Malchus of the Ara. And this is generally true, although not in our day and age, society has advanced, so to speak, somewhat. But he says, generally speaking, this conduct which Hashem commanded is followed today by human kings. Shagam Yom Kol HaMelachim Noagim B'Koach. Even they all the kings conduct themselves this way. Im of Kol Arei Mitzvah. With any fortified city, Asher Yilachmu Anshe Mitzvah Kenegdam, the people fortified city could fight against them. They was with a siege. They make a siege to a city. If you could do, and they capture city because you got to take with strength to storm. Shalom no stim chanino. They don't give a. Where it says pardon. L'chol Hashem tzabasachah. To anybody they find inside. In April, Divrei Apikorsim. So therefore, the words of Apikorsim are not but lukecheres anishbar. They're like broken pottery. Also, we find Shmuel praised Ba'avas Reim with his love of friends. The Tov Gam im Hashem, the Gam im Anoshim. And Anoshim, the assumption is not necessarily Jewish Anoshim. I mean, it's Barki Mutal Zeh Achol Elenu Zeh Achol B'nei Torah. So it comes out this is a Torah obligation to love your fellow man. And the Perek Vav, he goes through Chazals, which have a similar idea of this this relationship between the Jews and non-Jews. And I'm going to pick it up towards the end of the parak here, Perek Vav. It says in Magla Pumi Gabai. It's the brachos. It's Abaye used to say. This is at the in the Sefer HaBris pagination. It's page 342, towards the bottom of Perek Zayin. The first words in the line are Am Acher, and then it says Magla Pumi Gabai. L'olam yadam arbasham im kol adam. Person should increase peace with everybody. Afilu akum bashuk, even to a non-Jew in the marketplace. Kidei she'ov l'mala, that should be beloved on high, and appreciated below, with Gabriels and accepted by other human beings. Amar Riyachim ben Zakkai, and the second son of Riyachim ben Zakkai, shelo itim adam shalom yom afilu akum bashuk. He never allowed even a non-Jew to say shalom to him first. He always grabbed the initiative. In the Shas Moras and Brachos, there's a horrible comment there of some Achron who says that he said shalom first because he didn't want the guy to get the mitzvah of giving him a bracha. Mizborech and Mavorech Mizborech. But that's not the Pashup Shot, and not even the Drush and Remez and Sod in that Gemara, which clearly comes to indicate that you should be makdim shalom because you should be makdim shalom, not to prevent him from getting the bracha of a nivruchu b'cha. Reish Sefer HaReidim, the beginning of Sefer HaReidim Zal, Zel Shana, this is what it says, Po Tzfas, in Tzfas, Rav Yosef Sarmasi, Rabosha, Rav David Zimra, the Rebbe of the Radbaz. Shayah Meisim Shalom Tamid, he always pursued making peace. Ben Ish Lishta, Ben Oram Chavero, between man and wife, between person and friend. Bisrael Bein Amim also said Gamke. This was among Jews and non-Jews. The Zacha Liros is Eliyahu Navi. There's also this activity married seeing Eliyahu Navi. Hareki Chazal Kivu Goyim the Kolo Sam Bavasrei. So the Chazal going and include them in Abbas Reim. And he gives here a pretty contemporary explanation of this, kind of like Rousseau and Locke, which I guess were in vogue at the time. Marabu Chachma somehow, the MS Mishnah somehow say how great was their sagacity and how true were their statements. This is an obligation which is placed on human beings. To find favor in the eyes of all creatures. Because the person absorbed among other people. To us and receives advantage from society of all mankind. Like previously stated. Then look over there where I wrote in Paragimel, and you'll know it. All the nations have shaken hands. Also kings have gone together. They've made enacted covenants of love of man, and human society. Nishbu la're'ach, they took an oath to be good to each other, to be friends with each other, but lo yamiru kravos, and they will not to destroy this connection. They want everybody to make one unit, one unity, and one society. And if they make one society, it's good for us as well. I can't call so everybody has contact with any person, and any nation of family of land, with goodness, b'yosher, with straightness, ba'achva, with brotherliness, to the point that you are acceptable and liked by any human being, and all of the features of nachas ruch. So he says, until now we've explained there's absolute obligation. Mina seichel, logic, mina teva, nature, mina Torah, umina mekubal, and for that which you see from Chazal. So therefore, he comes to be mechazik us in this over again. And then he brings an interesting parak, which we're not going to do, parak Zayin, where he talks about what is more important. Avas cheves hamon min anoshi, to love the masses of mankind, or chavas ava chachma v'amada, or the love of knowledge and wisdom. And he says that the love of mankind comes first. And he brings that from several places. And later on he explains that that's kind of what the idea of Yafet, Derech Eretz Karmo Torah. And then he has in Paraches question of whether the obligation of having an affection for human beings comes first, or the obligation of perceiving truth. Okay, so again, the comes out Avas Adam Azam Avas Emes. The man is greater than the love of truth, and he says, and that was Paraches, and Paraktes. He says that even Chachamim, who are somewhat separate from society, especially if they're hermits, they always try to leave Sfarim or have students in order to benefit mankind as much as they can, or know that, or feel that they should. And then he speaks in Parak Yud about the bad people who you should distance yourself from. And in Parak Yud it says, I'm sorry, right? What comes first? And he says our obligation towards human beings, our obligation towards the Torah. It says Derech Eretz Kadma Torah, right? As we know, Derech Eretz comes first. And in the middle of this parak, the 11th parak, he says, V'kacha b'mitzvos, HaTorah. Also in the mitzvahs of the Torah. Atzmon themselves, HaMitzvah Shemel Chavero Kadmu, the mitzvah Shemel Makom. The mitzvahs of Be'elam Chavero precede the mitzvahs of Be'elam Makom. Kane'emar, as it says, HaYirtzeh Hashem Ba'alfei Elim Berivos Nachli Shomer. Does Hashem want thousands of rams and tens of thousands of Nachli Shomer, rivers of fat. Yilucha Adam HaTov. Very famous pasuk. Micha. He told you, man, what is good. Ma'ashem Doresh Mimcha. What does Hashem demand of you? Kimasos Mishpat, to do justice, Va'avas Chesed, and to love kindness, Va'atzneya Leches Im Elokecha, and to go with humility before HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Chazal say, Asos Mishpat Ze Adin. This Chazal in the end of Makos, and also in the fourth parak of Sukkah. Mishpat is justice. Avas chesed zekmilos chasonim, loving kindness. Tznedacha zachnosas kala botzas hames. Right? Also min al-chaber. Klamar im ein atem motzim kayem kol mitzvahs haTorah. Micha is saying, okay, if you don't want to do all the mitzvahs, I'm not sure I would interpret the pasuk this way, saying, if you don't want to do all the mitzvahs, it's not because me mikem. It's good enough for me. The mitzvahs anoshim, with mitzvahs between man and fellow man. This is the fundamental basis of the Torah. Akil told the ger, kemוך, the ikar kol ha mitzvos, the chukim, and it's the primary, perhaps reason, or perhaps the most important of all mitzvahs. Chukim b'Hakadosh Baruch Hu makbid al eila mitzvahs yoisam mitzvah shemel makom. He was more makin than mitzvahs be'elam chavero. K'mo shemu Chazal, avero shemel olam l'makom yom kippur mechaper. Shemel chavero ein yom kippur mechaper ad shiratze es avono. So then he goes into the differentiation between Torah Mabul, where they didn't get along, and Torah Flaga, where they did get along, and the reason why the Mabul is worth is because Kim Yufar Bris Adam. The covenant of Bris Cheves Adam, covenant of man's society is desecrated. You know, take Chevel Kishuram, and that which knots them together will be snapped. Dispareda Chavilah, and the package will be broken. Yushchas HaKibutz, and collective will be corrupted. In a corrupt society, mitzvahs ben onel makom can't work out. How so? Not everybody can write his own tefillin. Takim batim latzmo. It's like a play on the Rambam in his Akdomat Zroim, where it talks about how everybody's malacha is necessary in order to support the tzaddikim. It talks about how his malacha is necessary in order to do mitzvahs. Or the tavos tzitzis, not everybody can spin tzitzis. Chadoime. Koshkem shei yochi yochel akib korbanos. Individual can't necessarily bring korbanos. Asos efer poro chadoime. And to do paraduma b'chol mitzvahs asher b'mikdash Hashem uve'eretz Yisrael. In cholak libam, if their hearts will separate from each other. Even Zebekov, and this one goes on to this direction, that direction, and Yivatlu Kol HaMitzvahs Kol HaChukim, all the mitzvahs and all the laws of Torah will be destroyed. In Parak Yud Beis, he says that what's the purpose of Avas Reim? If it has a purpose, then beyond itself, it's what should be careful. Like even sort of climate control. We should be involved in sustaining the human species. Bekesher Amitz, with a firm connection. Avosos Ava, and ropes of love. And to preserve the covenant and the kindness which comes to you from the collective and from the connection of human beings, right? And then he brings a marshal to explain how important that is, and how then in Parak Gimel he continues on to speak about how important this is, how necessary that is. And I'm going to, for now, stop here and the rest of it goes on and on. This Avas Reim about for many more pages, and it's not for now to attempt to go through even a summary of all the chapters, which he has later on, because they get longer and longer and longer. But the idea is one which is important for us to restate: simplicity. Avas Reim, according to Sefer HaBris, and he has good bias and good logic for it. Avas Reim applies to universally to all mankind, and especially to the society of mankind. We should all be zocheh to fulfill V'ahavta L'ra'ach Kamocha in its full and complete meaning.